Hi everyone, my name is Casey McNamara. I'm in the fall section of Geography 379 and this is my research paper. So I did my research topic on the history of the Wisconsin Dells. I grew up around the area about 20 minutes away, 20 to 30 minutes away, so I thought it was pretty interesting. I didn't really know that much about the history of it. I also grew up and I played volleyball for the Wisconsin Dells at Just a Game, so I thought it'd be interesting to find out some more about it. So, the history of the Wisconsin Dells. It's located in southern Wisconsin along the Wisconsin River. There's about 2,995 people that actually live there, but that doesn't count the 4 million tourists that they bring in each year from the attractions. So, in 1856, it was known as Kilbourne City in honor of the railroad president. You can still see the railroad. It still runs at times through Devil's Lake State Park. It's a gorgeous state park if anyone's ever been there. It's like you're in a different country almost. It's very beautiful. And then in 1931, it became Wisconsin Dells. Wisconsin meaning dark rushing waters, and dells is from the French word delays, layers of flat rock. I probably said that really wrong. And then the other information I found out was the Wisconsin Dells dates back to the Cambrian period, which is 500 million years ago. It had created fossils that remained untouched for millions of years, and the sandstone walls had been created from a glacier running through it, and the waters pushing towards the sandstone rocks, it created walls. So the walls were created, and as the glacier went through, it kind of, it eventually melted, and then it allowed it to flood and drop the water levels over 50 feet. So now the sandstone rocks can be seen all along the river, and that's where they have all the boat tours, and you can do cliff jumping and all of that awesome stuff. And then I'd like to talk about Henry Hamilton Bennett. He's known as a staple of the community. He's a photographer of landscapes, and he visited the area with his son Ashley, which is going to be pictured on the next slide. It's going to be him jumping from cliff to cliff, which brings the name Leaping of the Chasm, and it's a very famous photograph. This is what brought so many people's attention to the Wisconsin Dells in that area of time. So I thought that was very interesting. And then with the 1930s through the 1950s, that's really when tourism became alive. The Tom Bartlett Show, it's a very famous ski show. It actually just announced its retirement due to the pandemic. But we still have boat tours and things like Pewett's Nest where people can cliff jump. And again, Devil's Lake where people have kayaking, swimming, hiking, so many miles of hiking, and tons of other things to do there. So then here I have a picture of his son, Ashley, jumping from cliff to cliff, and this kind of just finding out that it was in Wisconsin was a big surprise to people. They had found out where it was, and it brought in so many attractions, and it's very interesting. So then fast forwarding here, 1990s through the 2000s, Mount Olympus became, it was actually a restaurant at first, and obviously now it's much more if you've been there anytime soon, but it was a restaurant, and they soon added on a hotel with it, and then roller coasters came. The Wilderness, and there are things like Treasure Island, that was a really big one. Mount Olympus actually bought out Treasure Island recently, within the past decade. There's also festivals such as like Wazawa Days, which has the history of the oldest race that takes place there. Just a Game Fieldhouse, which they have things like You can play softball there, indoors, volleyball, basketball, and things like that. So one very interesting thing that I found out was that I had recently visited Ireland in the summer of 2019. Thank goodness I did when I could. But I had attended a dinner there that was a little performance in a castle. And I was there and I was able to speak with a few of the performers afterwards. And somehow we got onto the topic of the Wisconsin Dells. And it turned out that she had flown her family from the beautiful country of Ireland all the way to Wisconsin just to experience the Wisconsin Dells. And they had done that probably 2 or 3 times, which I thought was pretty interesting. So, that is the gist of my research paper, though. I hope you all enjoyed my presentation on the history of the Wisconsin Dells, and good luck on the rest of finals.